Hi, this is Gas the Pandemic. I'm on my Gas the God character. Today I'm making this video to show you my Earth loadout, and this is one of two Earth loadouts that I've developed. One of them was an upheaval loadout that worked out very well before they nerfed the reinforced weapon buff. This loadout right here is amazing. I put it up against some of the best DPS electricity and sorcery, which have been deemed OP, and some of the two standard Earth loadouts that people are using, the jackhammer three hit combo and the crystal combo that people have been using. The crystal combination is very good, but this one uses way more power than that one. But I feel as though this loadout, over all of the loadouts, including my previous one, outshines all of them. I've ran raids and alerts with them, and I've completely, overlapped some of the other loadouts of Earth, and I've done some very, very good damage against some of the other deemed OP powers with this loadout. This loadout does consume a bit more power than what's standard these days, but it can pretty much, hold its own against everything that's out here. If you have, very good trolls, there shouldn't be any kind of a problem. Today I'm going to show you my setup, my loadout, and my rotation. I'll repeat my rotation about 3 to 4 times so that you have time to, look at it and, see if there's anything about it that you like. And I'll start now. First, I have my iconic powers. Of course, you need your 2 critical chances. These are very important when it comes to making a pretty good substantial dent in your damage pool. I also use Neo Venom Boost, which is frowned upon by the DCO community because of its power consumption, but overall is a very good weapon buff, especially considering it's an iconic ability. The weapon buff is very good. It can it can take your damage from 0 to 100 depending on how you use it. The only downfall to it is the cooldown is ridiculously long. I feel as though DCO is kind of like not paying it much of attention as they should, but I hope that in the very near future some of these iconic abilities will be getting some kind of a revamp or a look over to see how they can be improved and become more useful, because right now most of these powers are very useless to us. I do not use any of the seismic tree with this loadout. It's all geokinesis. First, I want to get my rumble crush and my reinforce. Now, getting these 2 powers will give you majority of your loadout, seeing as I use striking stones and debris field in this loadout, which is pretty much just these 2 trees. Then I also have my meteor shower. I feel as though supercharges, a lot of DPS don't use them. I typically didn't until this supercharge. This is one of the few supercharges I've seen actually works with the weapon mastery buff and gets the 360 crit, which is very, very it can change some lives on the battlefield when you drop the supercharge with that buff. I will be showing you the supercharge as well as the loadout and the rotation. Okay, this is how I've mapped out my my loadout. I put my supercharge on the triangle button because that's the least used button that I use. I pretty much mapped these out based off of my basically memory, my kind of like autopilot. I kind of know where they're at just to keep rotating and non-stop. This is my most used button, which is triangle. Triangle is I don't know why it is that triangle's been always my most used button ever since PS1. I feel like it's just my comfort zone. So you'll see on my loadouts a lot of times you'll see triangle and X used for a lot of my main moves, especially when it comes to power clipping. I clip my debris field with my reinforce because of animation lengthens. Rumble Crush is in between those two for power interaction, and then I use my, last but not least, my Neo Venom boost. So here's the rotation. I usually start off Weapon Mastery, Rumble Crush. Now the ticks on this are very small. I feel like they need some kind of a buff. They don't last very long, so they could at least have a little bit more of a damage hit to them. I feel like 11s is just too low for this. The amount of raids and things, the health that these bosses have, 11's really bad. But you know, all of that aside, this loadout does not depend on those DOT ticks. So basically after that, I'm going to use Weapon Mastery. Now you don't really need to use Weapon Mastery. That I just use it just because any space of time of Weapon Mastery hits it's always good. The DOT ticks look very small right now, but that's only because I'm not using the interaction. So now I'll use it with the interaction. So Weapon Mastery, Rumble Crush, Debris Field, Reinforce. Now you see you get a pretty good range of raining numbers off of that. But this loadout is not based off of your DLT. Your DLT is pretty much just a plus. You're going to see the combo that I use is very, very powerful. The damage is going to be very nice. Probably I haven't seen any powers that hit like this, and you know, with none of the new revamped yet. But pretty much I'm going to use Rumble Crush for the interaction, then Weapon Mastery, Striking Stones. Now, I don't know if you saw, but every one of those were hitting for about 500 spread damage, which wouldn't be, you know, as big of a deal until I show you farther down the video what it does on a small amount of ads. So basically the rotation is going to go Rumble Crush, Debris Field into Reinforce, and then I'll use Striking Stones clipped with Neo Venom boost. Now, once you've done this rotation one time, I'll show you how you can, the count for the rotation is, and this is one of the easiest counts you can even get. Is Weapon Mastery, Rumble Crush, Debris Field into Reinforce. 1, 2, 3. And then the fourth one, you want to Rumble Crush again, and repeat. Very, very easy, and very, very good damage. Now I'll do it again, just, you know, for good measure. Rumble Crush, Debris Field into Reinforce. 1, 2, 3. Rumble Crush, clip, and restart. Now, I'm gonna go over to the 3s so I can show you exactly, you know, why I say this is a very hard-hitting move. Striking Stones is ridiculously hard-hitting. Now, this is a regular Weapon Mastery Striking Stones. 800, 803, pretty basic. Now, with the power interaction, Striking Stones. Now I don't know if you could see that, but pretty much you're seeing close to 1,000 on every ad. And with this is with no buffs. Now, everybody forgets that DPS is damage per second. So if I'm hitting 1,000 per ad, and I'm hitting a move per every 2 seconds, that translates into about 8,000 damage per 2 seconds. That puts me at about 4,000 per second. Now, that is very good. 4,000 per second is a lot of DPS powers that they're not even hitting 4,000 per second. Now, that's not a lot until you look at a 15-minute raid and realize who's on top. But I hope that this loadout helps, you know, some of the Earth DPS that are having trouble trying to figure out how they can get good damage on the board. and how they can get their weapon mastery crits without the use of crystal and things like that. I can't wait to make more videos for the DCO community. Once again, this is Gas the Pandemic. This is my Gas the God character, and this is a Division video. Thank you.